Good day and welcome everyone. It's John the Net Guy. It is Tech on Tuesday, number 33. And this is an interesting show today. I've got a lot of really cool products I want to tell you about. Some of the products you have seen before, some of the products you have not seen before, and I've been teasing about mercilessly. One of the products I got to bring up real quick is the Blink Mini. So this is one that has just been, ever since Prime Day, this thing has just been destroying the sales charts for my channel. It's going crazy. Just a quick reminder, if you're just tuning in and you might be on the Blink Mini page, the reason you're seeing me, John, the Net Guy, is because I have an Amazon shop down there. And I would encourage you, if you're on any of the other services, hit me up there and just at least give me a follow. That helps me out a ton. I'm trying to get on the Saturday shows and all that stuff and all those cool circuits. Can't do that until I get to 2,000 followers. Yes, I got 14,000 of you on YouTube that are tuning in and checking all this stuff out. But Amazon's a whole different ball game. What does Amazon do? Well, Amazon Live allows me to be live on the Amazon site. So instead of you going around shopping for something like this, looking up the model number on YouTube, finding me in a review that was old, and then coming back and clicking maybe on my affiliate link and coming to there, they just put me right on the Amazon page. And if I'm an A-lister, which is coming up, I'll be right there and getting advertised. Right now, you're only seeing me because you're on one of those product pages. So put out the Blink Mini. This is a show about cheap and unique cameras. Now, is it cheap? Absolutely. This has been one of the most affordable on Prime Day. You could get two of these for like 20 something bucks. They were just blowing them out. It was great. Other cheap and unique cameras, I'm trying to put this not in a way that's in the way, but is this one right here. This is the Wyze V2. Now, the Wyze V2 was one of the ones that started this whole industry. And, you know, they had a position at the top. They came out with the V3 camera, which is even better. It's outdoor and indoor rated, so you don't have to worry about getting them wet. People were putting these everywhere outside, even though they were not outdoor rated. And the V3 has a whole ecosystem around it. You got garage door openers now. You've got sockets that control floodlights. You name it, they figured out a way to expand the V3. Again, not cheap anymore. And it's not necessarily unique because it's been out there. So today is all about cheap and unique. So let's talk about what's unique. Well, this one right here is from Blue Rams, and it's a spotlight camera. So it's got controllable spotlights up here and a siren, other cool capabilities, simple to mount. Not only is it unique, it's a spotlight camera built into one, so you don't need that floodlight capability. It's also super duper cheap. That's another really cool thing I like about it. Other cameras that we got along here, this one is by far the cheapest pan tilt. We'll come into what this is. It's a 2K indoor camera. You can use it for watching pets, watching babies, baby monitor, that kind of stuff. That's an excellent camera, and it comes in well under $30, sometimes around the $20 range. Let me take a quick look here and see who is joining. I see quite a few people I know. Jonathan from Jonathan Talks Hardware says, yo, I'm in here. Okay, nice to see you, Jonathan. Thank you so much. He's got a really cool YouTube channel. Friend of the show is actually on the F. That's what the little F on there is, the Facebook side. That's Randy checking in. And guess what? He also checked in on the YouTube side. So he's double dipping there. I like that. That brings up, ooh, we got a mod in the house, a fellow mod here. So keep your spam out of the chats here because Zachary will get you there. Thank you so much, Zachary. Another quick thing I want to tell you about all of these products. If you do purchase them on Amazon today, full FTC disclosure, even though I'm sure it's somewhere on the screen, I get a very small commission, like low single digits. But it's enough to help out and help me buy cameras and memory cards that I'm going to show you here in a bit and some other gear, which is going to be really cool. And I got to tell you a story. This week, I was out of town for a little bit. I came back. My wife had gone to the paint store, bought a gallon of paint and a gallon of primer for our bathroom remodel, $172. I did not know paint was now laced with fairy dust, but apparently paint has gotten incredibly, ridiculously expensive. So that commission helps me do a little bit of remodeling too. I do have a day job, but I really do enjoy doing this for you guys. I got another unique product that I want to show you, which is a battery-powered floodlight. You never see something like this. This goes along with the Blink Outdoor. So we're going to talk about that today. This is my first time unboxing it. It is still in the cellophane. We're going to see how good the instructions are. If yours truly can follow along and figure it out, That's cool. And then I have a spare outdoor, which is not cheap, but they are unique, that we're going to plug into this. That's not on the show today. Last couple products here. We do have an outdoor camera from Blue Rams. This is water resistant. I'm not going to say waterproof. I don't want you dunking these things, then sending them to me all wet, but is an outdoor 2K camera, very similar to the Wise Cam Outdoor. And it's got a solar panel in this kit, but they also sell it separately. So they said, hey, John, can you show just the 2K on Black Friday? Not Black Friday. What am I talking about? On Prime Days, I showed just the 2K camera. I didn't really go into details about the solar. I think it's cool as heck with the solar. So I would totally recommend this kit because, again, it's unique. You'll see the price on this, but for a very, very low price, you're getting both a solar powered camera and the solar panel, which is awesome. So that keeps it recharged. And then lastly, it's in the show banner, but this is I don't know if there's a really good picture of it. No. Let me see if I can pull it on the top down because you got to see what it is by that picture. Check that out. That is a pan, tilt, and zoom. The Outdoor Light 3 from Blue Rams. Again, 4 Blue Rams products. Honestly, they're both unique and very affordable. I'm going to call it cheap, but they're very affordable. This thing's got lights, it's got a siren, it's got all sorts of cool stuff, and it's $50 right now. $50. Doesn't include an SD card for that. You throw that in there yourself, and you've got video storage included as well. So all of these products, very, very happy. Jennifer's checking in. She says, is there a giveaway today? No, unfortunately. I could not get a giveaway wrapped together. I'll tell you what, late last night, I was also working on another project that we've got coming up. I think I've teased you guys about it before. Maybe if you just see the stem of it, you'll figure out what it is. This thing right here. I've been working on a huge project. I'm going to show you guys that before the end of the show. And I was picking out music and I've got other stuff going on, and I could not wrap up a giveaway for today's show. Sorry about that, Jennifer, but thank you for asking. I normally do a giveaway, and that is going to be a giveaway item next week. So I guarantee you're going to love that giveaway. That's over $400 in value. So that is one of the biggest giveaways I think I've ever done on the channel. Probably adds up to all of the giveaways I've ever done on the channel with that one coming up. So very excited about that. And lastly, you tell me where you want this in the show. This is a super unique product. It is a spy camera. Now, doesn't look very spy-ish here, right? Divine Eagle. But I'll tell you what, this thing is a USB adapter with a 1080p camera in it, and it's actually in frame. I would charge you guys to find where it's at. It's actually in my studio right now recording. I'll tell you, it's a USB adapter that's also a camera, 1080p camera. And I'm testing it out right now. We're going to record and see what it caught, and we'll check that out. So all of these products are going to be live today. How do you find these products? Let's go take a look real quick. Again, visit my Amazon shop down here in the lower right corner, amazon.com/shop/the net guy. And when you do something like that, let me share here. Now that would be picture in a picture in a picture. That would be like Inception. I can't share that one. Here we go. And there we go. So you will actually see something that looks like this when you visit my Amazon show page. You'll come over here. It looks just like this. It'll have me going live there, which is pretty slick. If you run down here to idea lists, you can filter to just my shows. And there's a upcoming special event teasing you guys. And these are the products that you'll see here. So cheap and most unique IP cameras here. Technically, I figured out that the spy camera is not an IP camera, but technically it's just really cool. One point, it does not record audio, which gets it away in Washington State. You're not allowed to record audio without consent, and you can record video in public areas. So if this thing got left at a Starbucks, it could record all day at a Starbucks. You never know. So we're going to try it out. Jennifer says, my kid would love that. I'm hoping you're saying about the scooter and not the spy camera, but let's take a look at the products here and we'll get going on the unboxing, and I'll give you a quick demo of them. I see a product here right away that I want to get up, which is from Blue Rams. And this one right here is, I think, the most unique for the price pan camera. If you look at the price right now, $49.99, $25.98 is the price. So $25.98 with your discount. It does have Prime shipping, I believe, if I order within 6 hours, and I could have it on Thursday. So again, that free 2-day Prime shipping. So this is from Blue Rams, and it's a very, very unique camera. It is going to do the standard pan tilt. It's not going to have zoom capability. You might have your digital zoom. It's going to have a siren. It's going to work with your home assistants, both the one that they say there, which I can't use her name, rhymes with Lexa, and your Google Assistant. And also, if this, then that. You do have two-way audio, so you can talk back and forth. Let's get this ready. We'll do a quick unboxing of it. I'll show you the quality that you can expect from it. And this is interactive. So if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me about the products. This is kind of your one and only time here while we're live to get your exact question answered if I can. I will be completely transparent and honest. They're not paying me to do this show, so I can tell you exactly what I think about the product. And again, spoiler alert, I think it's a great deal for what you're getting here. So we're going to do a quick unboxing of this. I'm going to pull up the top-down camera. And again, from Blue Rams, hopefully you guys can see that there. Pretty unique box, really fits the camera well. It actually is sandwiched here in between this stuff. And so again, it has a really unique pan tilt system. So it pans left and right on the base, and the tilt is inside this orb. So I've said, like before, I think it looks like Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy. It looks like that robot that was really sad all the time. Gonna get me a copyright strike or something on YouTube if I played it, but oh, it's so fun. Let me make sure I pull the accessories out, which are a little bit harder to get to. So in your accessories, and I have them stored over here, now I remember, is going to be your standard adapter and wall output. So you're going to have a standard power output on that. Let me make sure I have that product up here on the carousel for you guys that are following on Amazon. Make sure we're on the right product page broadcasting. Again, 48% off right now. That's cheap. So let's go ahead and plug it in, and we'll get it going. Now, some people have asked before, where is the micro SD card slot on this thing? Well, it's kind of a trick. Watch this. I'm going to slide upward, and my micro SD slot is right there, hidden in black on black, right underneath the camera. So you have to have it off, and you can slide it up, and you can put your micro SD card in here. And guess what? You've now saved yourself, unlike Wise or many of these other companies, you saved yourself a bunch of money in fees that you don't have to pay. So pretty slick here. Jonathan says, I've seen the PowerBic camera everywhere. I see people caught on. Ooh, yeah, that's going to be a unique one. I want to see the video quality. I know there's no audio in it, but I want to see the video quality. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug in this camera right now and let you guys see what it looks like. Let's go from the side camera. Uh-oh, my camera. I guess I got to unplug and plug that one in. We'll get the side camera back here shortly. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this one in. And then I'm going to actually reset my camera battery here. Sorry, guys. It's my luck today. Did that once before on my side camera. Like being able to show you the products up close, and this is a good one to do that, especially right now when it's doing its calibration. See how it's turning around? It's turning itself around there, and it's finding its endpoint. So it's got all the way around. Now it's coming back, and you can see it looking around there. Got finally in focus. It's going to look up. There's the micro SD slot I was telling you about. And then it's going to look down. So now that it has full range of motion, you're going to get a light on the front of the camera. It's going to say that it's working or not. I'm going to try to find a box that I can set it on, even though this is a different model. I just want to give you some idea of the controls that you have here. So that's the camera. I'm going to bring up the app. Now, the app is from Blue Rams. That's what you want. Blue Rams does not have an E in it. I made that mistake one time. So there's my Blue Rams app here. And then we've got the pan tilt zoom. We've got the side storage. And then I've got the pan tilt indoor camera. Right now is the one I'm using. I'm going to turn the audio off so you don't get a feedback loop here. But this is the picture quality of it. So if I come out here and I put my hand out, you'll get to see in just a second, a little delayed. There's the picture quality. Now, a pan tilt, what's the advantage of that? Well, I go into the app here and I hit this PT, and now I can turn it around and it's going to come back to me here. I got to quit driving it off of there. I got to drive it off here. Actually, the delay is much less now. It looks like it's caught up a little bit. And if I hold it sideways, now this is always going to be a lot brighter in these cameras, but you can look at that clarity. I'm looking specifically at individual hairs on my beard. And the delay, again, maybe 1 second, not bad at all. Couple cool things about this. I'm going to try to leave this camera plugged in maybe. And if I can do that, you can actually monitor multiple of these at the same time. So you could have this one maybe in a nursery. Maybe you've got your dog owner, pet owner, and you can have another one of these in a pet area. You hold the app sideways here, and on the main screen, you can actually do a multi-view. So that's a pretty cool feature. That's if you come out here, you can have a multi-view and you'll have all of your cameras. Now, unfortunately, it doesn't rotate on the screen. It's rotated on my camera here. But that, when we get a few more cameras in, we'll play around with that. But that's how simple it is. And if you want to add a new camera, you just hit plus. You go through the process. They're all named over here. This one is the A32. So I'd tap that and you'd go through the setup process. But I've done that before, so I'm not going to make you guys wait through that. But again, that's how this thing works. Jonathan says, get a dummy battery so it something or other. Let's see what he says. I was going to pull that up. Okay. So he says, get a dummy battery so it. Well, I don't know what it's going to do, but yes, I do actually have a dummy battery in that side camera. So I don't know why it didn't do that the first time. So that's the view that you're getting from it. Two-way talk capability. That's another thing that it has. So you got a baby that's maybe a little restless, wants to hear mom or dad's voice, talk through the camera a little bit. Maybe you're at work and somebody's home, kids are home from school. You say, hey, go get a sandwich, do whatever. You've got that camera somewhere in the house, and it does have motion alerting and a lot of other capabilities. Blue Rams also has a feature that I didn't know. I believe it's called Family Guard. I don't have it enabled, but not only do you do cloud recording and other stuff, but if it doesn't see activity for a certain amount of time, maybe you've got an elderly parent, it will actually alert you that it hasn't seen somebody come by in a day or two. And then you can maybe call and check in on somebody. So another great idea here. Really cool product. That's our first product from Blue Rams, and that is their 2K. I'm going to go back over here to Amazon, show you just a couple more things about it here to make sure I don't miss anything. Again, really good use case here would be a baby camera. You can't beat them for that. We used one constantly. Does have night vision capability, and it actually is really good. Unfortunately, I do not want to turn off all the stuff in the studio because I have to turn it all back on. It's a big mess. Maybe I'll do a night vision test on all of these at the end if you guys are interested in that, and we can see how the night vision looks on them all. So looks really good here. You can use it with an Echo Show. One of my editors, I don't know, is Rare in today? I didn't see him on the chat yet. Rare Apple, he's one of my editors. I think he actually just sent me my Echo Show review video. He got it all done. One of my favorite ways to monitor these is not to have your phone out all the time working on them, but just to say, Alexa, blankety blank. Now, of course, I didn't mute her, so she's probably thinking what to do. But you can tell her to show your Blue Rams camera, and it'll show it right on your Echo Show. And so it's a pretty cool feature right there. So that was Blue Rams. Let's go back over here and double check. Again, full app support, which is really neat. Support for up to a 128 gigabyte microSD. Now, I'm going to show you some microSD cards that are my favorite. Nowhere near that kind of size, but that kind of size opens up a lot of options for you. I just want to let you know that. Most of them are capped at 32. A lot of these cameras, 128 gigs, you can get those pretty cheap now, and that is days and days. So if you're gone for an entire vacation and you get back, you'll have the footage from the entire thing, even continuously recording, which is really cool. There's their time-lapse feature. I actually really do like their timeline feature here. I don't know if I can zoom it in for you guys. There we go. So here's what it does. It actually has the 3 different alert types there. So it's got the continuous record, and then it's got like sound, and then it's got motion. So it's got 3 different alerts. So you can see if there was some sound that was happening, but the camera didn't notice anything, you can go do that. If you saw some video maybe that changed, it can let you know that too. So very cool capability on that one. I did not set the siren off. And there you go. You've got the charger, a couple mounting screws if you need. I didn't check the bottom of this. Yeah, let me do that real quick for you guys. I want to show you how this mounts on the bottom. I've never used the bottom mounting. I like it. I like it a lot. You don't have to rely on magnetism. It's going to have 2 screw heads, so you can mount this on a wall. You can fixed mount it. It's not going to rattle or vibrate off of something. So very, very cool feature there. I'm going to leave this one up for a little bit, and then I'm going to open up another product of theirs. We'll take a look. Oh, one of our other friends is in here. American Cogsworth says, I swear the large micro SD cards have jumped in price with the release of the Steam Deck. I had a Steam Deck for like a week, and I actually gave it to somebody, and I did not scalp it. I had it in like the first week and I was showing everybody else that, but I did not scalp it. And the main reason is I just hate people that try to get extra money for something just because they were first in line. And I had problems downloading with it and my Wi-Fi, I didn't like it. There was a lot of things, but very cool products. And yeah, I think you're absolutely right. Now that there's some things that can use these, the prices are definitely jumping up for sure. I'm going to take a quick look here back at Amazon. We're going to go back to the show page here. We're going to pick another product. And if you guys have a real interest in something that you want to see first, other than the spy camera, because that's going to be our big product for the show, you let me know and we will pull that up here. I'm actually interested, I think, next in showing another one of the Blue Rams. I want to get through two of these before I get to the really, really cool ones. These are the ones that, again, can be mounted, but I'm not going to go through the process of mounting them yet. I'm going to go to the other ones. So we will do that. So we're going to go into the first one here, which is the Blue Rams Outdoor 2K resolution. So a little bit, tiny bit better than full HD. IP66 weatherproof. So that's going to mean that you've got a pretty good weather rating. That's actually 2 ratings better than the scooter I'm going to show you next week. And it's going to be battery powered. So it's got a decent sized battery in this. It's going to last quite a long time outside, but this is the special edition. You can save, it looks like a combination of 5% on 2 items if you're buying, but this is the one that can actually run nonstop. So if you have the Wise Cam Outdoor, you got to recharge that thing. This one with the solar panel says nonstop solar power. And even up here in Seattle, I've got a couple solar cameras. They're doing really good. So very excited about that. Let's get on to a quick unboxing. I'll show you what comes with it. Do these cameras work with Blue Iris? American, I don't have the answer to that, but that would be a fantastic thing if they did. You're talking about the standard, IP camera technologies. I don't know if they support that. I'm trying to think of the name of that one offhand. It's not IPsec. What am I thinking of? It's the IP standard. I have not seen it. It would have jumped out at me for cameras, but we'll see. We'll take a look and see if you can. Someone on the chat can look up Blue Iris, see if anybody's gotten Blue Iris and the Blue Rams to work. That would be a ridiculously cool, cheap IP camera option. So we're doing a quick unboxing. I should actually tell you the name that they have on these. They've got model numbers and names. Now, what's funny is that we talk about wireless cameras all the time. They still require a wire in most cases. The one over here that's an IP camera still requires a wire. The other one, the pan tilt zoom, still requires a wire for power. This one does not require any wires. So they're calling it the wire-free Camera 2K kit. And so 2K resolution, let's open it up. First thing you're going to notice is you're going to have manuals for both the solar charger and the camera itself. So the wire-free Camera 2K, it's going to tell you all about mounting it. I'm going to bring that up so you guys can see it. Hopefully that focuses in there. So there's some information about mounting. It's pretty straightforward. I'll show you the mount is actually quite nice. I like how it works, like a lot of things about it. This is what's going to contain the solar. Sorry, I moved my stuff around when I had a guest on the show. Now everything's a little off for me. So yeah, this is where the solar is, and this is where the camera is. So the rest you can just kind of discard. So we're gonna pull the camera out. I'm gonna put this off to the side so you guys can see it there. Let's go ahead and open the camera. Now I have 2 of these in the carousel, which reminds me I need to hit the carousel for this one. Now I'm going to hit the carousel for the solar one for a little bit. We'll talk about OnVIF. That's exactly it. Thank you so much, American. That is the standard. So if your IP cameras support OnVIF standard, and then there's RTSP and a bunch of other protocols. As long as they have OnVIF, most of the time Blue Iris is going to take them. So we'll see if anybody has had a chance to go look up that Blue Iris. That's the kind of fun thing about having a chat here. If we don't know the answer, we'll find it for you. So taking a look quickly here at the actual camera itself. There's the unit. Again, passive infrared motion detection. Now they do have a bunch of other cloud services that are available on this one, but IP66 weather resistant because of that right there. And that on the bottom is a weather seal. So now you can, if you had fingernails, I barely do, you can get in there and you can turn it on and off. You can recharge it and you can reset it. Now I'm going to try. It's actually easier to push with the seal on. I'm going to try to turn it on here and hope that it's still set up for my account. There we go. It just said, it had a voice that said it was powered on. It's doing its blinking, and we got solid green there. Now, this one I do not believe has a micro SD slot. No, I'm not seeing it on this one here. So that's one thing to think about. I don't see that, and I have not seen that in the instructions. Let me double check here. I don't want to give you false information, but no, an indicator light, passive infrared. Does not look like this one has, which is weird because to be honest, most of the Blue Rams cameras do come with that micro SD. They're not worried about long-term revenue, it looks like, even on such an affordable camera. So I'm going to do that. Now, there's going to be two mounts here, and you're going, okay, why do you need two mounts technically? You've got the camera here, and then you've got this mount. Now, there will be mounting screws. I just don't have them in this kit anymore. But what's interesting about this mount is as you loosen it, I'm going to try to get that really close. As you loosen it, the top can angle, and then you just tighten this, and it stops it from rotating, so you can have an angle on it. And then you use this to tighten the camera down. So you can have it really positioned at almost 45 degrees in any direction. So if maybe you got a fence post you're putting it on or something, you take that and you screw that to the back of the camera. So you get your camera all set up indoors, you get this mounted where you want it, and it's just that simple. So now I've got this. Hopefully you guys can see this. There's my camera. Now I'm going to do a trick here. I'm going to pull up. Hey, Henry Riches, welcome. I have not seen that name before in my Amazon. So thank you guys that are watching on Amazon. There's 7 of you right now. Just waving. If it's your first time here, give me a shout out. I would love to know where you're from, and we will hear more about that. I love it. The thing's already, showing up here on the app. I'm going to try to get a more flattering photo if I can. Let's see if I can do this. So again, this is a battery powered camera. So it's looking at me going through. It was a little bit ago. I'm actually going to go live, tap to activate, and then I'm going to show the camera to you guys so you can see it. So there it is. Again, fantastic image quality out of these. I got to say, now all of them suffer when they're going through my converter here. All of them suffer with that red shift in my studio, but I promise you the video that's on the camera on my phone looks amazing. Yeah, I'm super red on this one, but apparently not. So if you want to see around my little studio here, I like to show it off a little bit. It is not very big. It is 10 by 11, and there's wires and stuff everywhere. It looks so much better in here when you're seeing it. There's some of the parts that are coming up and some other stuff in future shows. But yeah, this is, again, battery powered, mounted anywhere you want. And then you can add the solar panel, and you've got that unlimited time. So you've got that unlimited battery life, which we really, really like. So I'm going to bring it back over here, take a look and see if there are, good comments in here. Jonathan Talks Hardware says, I use double-sided tape to hold up light objects and it holds up well. Oh, come on. Another YouTuber, Pinky Tech. Someone needs to clean up a bit. Maybe you take a picture of yours and I'll throw it up on Discord here, and you can show me how clean yours is. So again, another camera here. I've got 2 cameras going. This is from Blue Rams right now. We're taking a look at their 2K outdoor IP66 waterproof camera. This is the solar panel. Now, the neat thing about this solar panel, monocrystalline, whatever they are, very simple, not obnoxiously large. You can see maybe the size of a small book, about the size of my hand. Has another mounting system very similar to the one I showed you. Now I'm going to show you the order to put this in, and I'll probably get it right, I think. So again, you put this on here just like that. So you've got that base. Now this is the base for the solar panel. You tighten this down. Now what's interesting is, just like the other one, again, you adjust this to where you want it. You tighten this down to lock it in. Now this doesn't move as much, right? And then you take this and you attach your solar panel out here, right? So you attach your solar panel to the tree. I've got one out back tied to a tree. And there we go. That's exactly what it looks like. And then you got your cable, you run it over to your Blue Rams camera, and now your camera has unlimited power. So super neat option there. Again, from Blue Rams, that is their solar powered. Now there's a couple options. I'm going to bring us back over here to the Amazon shop in just a second. There are 2 versions of this. There's one that does have solar and one that does not. So if maybe you're interested in saving a few bucks, you need an outdoor camera. Again, you're not saving a lot of money here. It's about $20 price difference to come with the solar. I can tell you the solar kits from other brands are more than $20 already by themselves. So if you're buying even an aftermarket solar later thinking you're going to save a little money, do yourself a favor, pick up the one right now for 79 bucks. Can't do better than that. This is a wonderful camera combination. Again, that was from Blue Rams, and that's their Outdoor 2K. Uh-oh, I think he called my bluff because I think I just saw an alert that somebody just sent me a picture of their studio. So I'll have to take a look at that. I think Pinky wants to challenge me on a studio cleanliness tour here. So we'll see where that came up. Wonderful. Okay, we're just taking a look really quick here. See, he's flustering me. Let me go ahead and pull up, see if I can get it to pull up in a way that I can share it here. Oh, I don't see it yet. I have to give it a second here. I saw the Discord alert, but I don't see where it is. You might have to tag me again. Or did he put it in my Discord? Oh, he put it in my Discord. Okay, here we go. Let's share Discord. I never did this on a live show before, but let's see. And everybody else that's on my Discord, you be really good. I'm just sharing it right now. So this is from Pinky Tech. That is his studio. He's a big Marvel fan, if you can't tell. There we go. He's got a pretty clean setup there. Yeah, wait till you get all of these products sent to you, and I want to see how you hold that up, because it is not easy when you get that many products sent in. But Pinky Tech, another great tech YouTube channel out there. Really do appreciate that. So it's also noted here, he's saying American Cogsworth helping us out. They're predominantly action-based, so not good for continuous streaming. That's absolutely true. So another thing that's interesting, you saw it here, it recorded a little clip, and then I had to tell it to go live. If you're going to watch the cameras all day, get ones that plug in. On the other hand, if you do have power available and you just want a battery backed up camera somewhere, you can plug in a micro USB and power it continuously. So lots of cool flexibility, but he's absolutely right. And another nice thing about this, thanks American, is the passive infrared sensor. So a lot of these will use frame deferencing and other technology to figure out if somebody's moving. This is using passive infrared, which honestly cuts down on a lot of the other stuff where you get a leaf that falls through the frame or a tree that waves, and then all of a sudden you're getting alerted 5 times a day. So the passive infrared is much, much better, more like what security systems use and alarm systems use to detect motion in buildings. So great point on that. And if you're one of the 12, we got a full dozen in the Amazon right now. If you're one of the dozen in Amazon watching, give me a wave, hit that follow button, hit one of those cool other buttons that they've added recently, and hopefully I'll see some of the cool stuff going on there. But I really do appreciate you guys that have showed up here. I'm clicking the other camera. We were just taking a look at the 2K Outdoor from Blue Rams, another great channel booster here. They've helped us out before. They did a Prime Day show exclusive with us. I just wanted to show them again, because I think when we talk about cheap and unique, 79 bucks for a 2K Outdoor with a solar panel, you're not going to find any cheaper than that right now. So really do like that. Pinky Tech says, brave man. Yes, showing our Discord chat is probably pretty brave. I only did the Discord. Going back here real quick, we're going to share one other thing. Let me pull this back up, and we're going to pick another product from Amazon to go share with you guys. And I think we're almost ready for the security, the spy camera, because we've gained a lot here. I'm going to do one other, which I've never opened before, which is actually from Blink Home Security. So Blink was another Prime Day exclusive that we did. Showed you a ton of their really cool products, from the mini to the doorbell to the outdoor. They've really started that outdoor waterproof camera market. What really took my eye on this one was, one, I got an amazing deal on it, and two, that it was something I had never seen before. And when I see something that I've never seen before, I want to share it with you guys. I want to share it with somebody. This is a battery powered floodlight. Now, I've got some places around my property that I would love to throw a light or a floodlight or another camera on, but I don't have the battery there or the power there. I need a battery operated solution. And this is that floodlight. So now you have to have a camera with it. And it says it has a 2-year battery life. That's going to be crazy. So you can buy the mount only. You can buy it with one camera, You can buy it in a 2-camera kit. It looks like you can buy it in different colors. I just happen, I think, have the black one here. It looks like they have a white version as well, which is pretty cool. Again, price is going to vary wildly depending on your combination. So if you already have a outdoor blink, and again, the battery life's very, very long on those, you just want to add the floodlight to it, you can do that pretty easily, just as low as $39, comes in black or white. And if you're in there, I would recommend highly using my Amazon shop link. So it's right down there. If you visit amazon.com/shop/thenetguy, you're going to see that product listed under Ideal List 33. And that's the show today. And you'll be able to click on any of those. And again, I get a tiny itty bitty little commission when you guys do that. So I really do appreciate that. Taking a quick look at the chat real quick. Oh, I'm not going to ignore some of those chat messages so I don't get too flustered. I'm going to go back over here. Really do appreciate that, guys. And I'm going to pull up, like I said, the next product, which is the Blink floodlight mount. So here we go. We're going to do an unbox of this. And to be honest, what's funny is I change a lot of these videos that you're seeing today into unboxings on Amazon. So you might be seeing me doing an Amazon show. It looks just like it does now, but it's pre-recorded. And that's because I got some amazing editors I hooked up with, and they're making me some really cool videos. So I'm going to move some of these out of the way just for cleanliness of the area. Put that over here. Now you know our secret. You could be in on a live Amazon taping here, which you are. So we're going to do a top down. And hopefully this thing's going to focus. There we go. Here we go. We're taking a look at the Blink floodlight mount. Now, this floodlight does not include a camera, like I said before, but there is ones that do. So you can buy it with or without. And this is my first time opening it. Now, it says that it's got a 2-year battery life. I'm hoping that includes being charged when you get it. So I'm going to go ahead and open it. You can see that I've never done that. Get a quick question in here. Camera you can use where there is no Wi-Fi. That's going to be your game cameras for sure. So game cameras would be the best ones. And actually, even the Wise has a travel mode, and the Wise one will record both on the camera and the base station if your Wi-Fi goes down, which is really cool. So I'm going to get to unboxing this one. This is, again, Blink floodlight mount. The unique thing about this product, got a built-in 2-year battery, just like the other Blink products. It is going to be weather resistant, so not waterproof, but it's going to take a splash here and there, not have any problems. It has 700 lumens of light output, which is not exceptionally bright, but you're talking about a battery-powered floodlight. So this would be really cool in a place where you didn't have continuous power. I'm thinking about our camping property. That would be a really neat place to use this, something like this. So again, floodlight mount here. Open it up in a way that we can see all the goodies. And Blink has gotten really good at their packaging, I have to say. So very unique when you open it up there. Quintessential Blink. Lighting by beams, it says. Looks like I lift this out. So that's going to be our wall mount again. So it's got a tab here. Their solar one is very, very similar, that you bump the solar one to lift it up. Looks like this is the up position, and then the retention is somehow on the side. We'll take a look at that when we get into it. Well, that's unique. So if I pull this out, I have to pretty much take the box with it because it's clipped through the side of this box. Okay, so there is the power or data, at least to the camera. It'll be interesting to see if these things share camera power through this. It'd be neat if this could actually be an additional battery for your camera. I don't know if that's the case. We'll take a look at the manual here in just a second. Again, looks like there's some extra just packaging areas. We've got an instruction mount here, or floodlight instructions. Looks like I got to take the whole thing out to get to what's in here, which is my mounting screws. Okay. Now I will probably not mount this. I'm just going to set this up along the side here and see if we can't get it to work without that. So I'm going to take a quick gander at the instructions, see if it's pretty straightforward. Download the Blink Home Monitor app, add the outdoor camera to your account, twist to remove the back of the cover so you can attach it here. snap your camera and then mount anywhere. It doesn't look like you have to do anything beyond the camera. So let's go ahead and do that. I just happen to have an extra blink here, and you can use their included screw system. And I'm just going to use mine here. They have a tool that you can use to pull that off. I'm going to pull that back cover off. I am going to need the batteries for this one. Give me 1 second. I'm just going to grab because I keep them right over here. I'm going to have to grab 2 fresh batteries. I don't have their lithium ion. So Blink is really well known for their lithium ion batteries. I just happen to have a bunch of Amazon basics here that'll work just fine. You can use these. They do recommend the lithium because, again, these things use a lot of power and these will not last nearly long enough. But since we're setting this up, we'll go ahead and do that. And while I'm there, I'm actually going to hit the carousel. I'm going to bring up the correct product here. So this is the Blink floodlight we're taking a look at right now. Just making sure I've got the correct one in here. It looks like on the carousel, I only have the mount. So if you went and looked at my Amazon shop, then you'll see the other ones. So I'm just putting the batteries in the correct way. We're going to set this up on my account. Now, what's unique on here is if you need access, so on the back cover, if you need access to that, you have to pop this little cover off. So in our case, we're using an accessory with it. So you can pop that cover off and you can pull it out completely if you want. It comes right off of there. So we're going to remove that little tiny plastic cover to give ourselves access here. And so when this does connect over here like so, I just push that down there. When it connects onto there, it'll have a connection for the battery. So we've done that. We've turned this on. Let's go ahead and add it to our account real quick. Hey, Jeff, thank you for the hello in Amazon. I see we got a dozen people still in Amazon. I'm going to open up the Blink app. And we're going to go through and add a new Blink device here. So in this case, we're going to add a Blink wireless camera. Now enter the serial number manually, or we can just scan the QR code. There we go. I'm going to add it to the net guy. Let's disarm it. That's the one thing I have to say that I'm kind of a little annoyed about Blink is they have this concept of armed versus disarmed. So all your cameras are not going to alert all the time if you're not armed, which I don't necessarily like. Sometimes I just want the alerts to come in on a camera, a single one. But you have to kind of arm your whole network, your whole residence at once. So it is looking for the camera and it's updating the firmware. So while it's doing that, again, I'm going to take a quick look at what you're getting with the Blink outdoor here. I'll come back to that as soon as it's done. It doesn't take very long at all. So this is the floodlight I'm seeing here. It is heavy. I'm not necessarily sure if it's rechargeable, but you can open it up. Looks like you twist it that way, and it's looking like it uses monster batteries in here. That's how it does it. So these are huge Duracells. That's why it weighed so much. So is this standard D cells? Yeah, standard D cells in a 4 battery configuration. So again, I like that too because it's replaceable. So if you're in a high traffic area, maybe this camera's going off a lot, buy a bunch of D cell batteries. And I don't even know if they make a rechargeable D cell you can use, but that's how easy it is to get to the back. I'll show you guys one more time on that. Just here from the back. So all I did was twist this, open. There's these massive D cell batteries that they've got. So that's how they're getting the battery life. D cells have a ton more amp hours in them than a AA or even a lithium. So that's how they're getting that. It looks like the firmware is done and the camera's been added. So we're good to go there. It's going to give me a Blink trial here. And it's talking about the Blink minis. It's trying to upsell me on stuff right now. You guys can see this real quick. I'll add that. So it's going through that process. We'll do next. Let's go next. Let's go next. And let's see what it added as. This thing a lot of times adds just as generic numbered camera. There we go. I got my activity light on there. And again, you can see the video quality. This is a battery powered camera from Blink. So it's not going to last much longer. It'll give you just a little view and then it'll ask if you want to continue usually. Again, it's trying to save that battery life. Sorry about the studio there, Pinky. I know it's not to your liking, not cleanly enough, but no, it's pretty cool. So again, it's asking me to continue because it's going to automatically shut off. It's trying to save battery on here. So we did that step. Now what I'm going to do is close that, and I am going to plug this in as it instructed me to do. Snap the camera onto the mount and mount anywhere in your home using the included mounting kit. Now I don't want to go blind here. They do have a couple plastic covers, which I can take off. But I also don't want to blind any of my cameras. That could be bad. But this is what we're looking at right now. And let's talk about attachment here. So when you attach the camera kit here, I'm going to show you on the top camera. When you attach the back housing, make sure it's aligned properly so you can get to that little micro USB. Now you leave that normally covered, except when you're doing what we're doing here with the floodlight or the solar kit. The solar is a great add-on option. I've shown you guys that on Prime Days. That was a great show. So I'm going to close this. So righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. But normally you would keep, for weather resistance, you would always keep that closed. Now to make it easy on myself, I'm going to try to attach this down here. Hopefully you guys can see that. Okay, so it does have some weather sealing, it looks like. It's got a gasket. I'm not sure if I would trust this in a really heavy downpour like we get in Seattle, but I have attached it. And there we go. So now that is attached. Let's take a look what it looks like from the front. Now I can angle it in different directions and you can see it. So now I'm going to try to see if I can maybe, this pops off pretty easily actually now. I'm going to see if I can turn it on without blowing out my cameras. If you guys can see that. And we'll go to the app now. Let's go to full. Okay, more. Device settings. Battery okay, motion detection, clip length, early notification, IR intensity, photo capture enabled. It's got firmware. We'll do save. So now I've gone through the steps here. No drill installation, download the Blink Home Monitor app. You know what? I'm kind of expecting it to turn on if it saw motion, but I'm not seeing that. And I'm not seeing an option in the app. I can play the camera and see what we get. See if I have a manual override. It doesn't look like I have a manual option on this camera to turn that off. That would be really weird. So more. Oh, let's do the armed thing. So it says live view in progress. So it's still showing me a live view. I'm going to say armed. And we'll see if we can get this to turn on. Okay. So it's got notification snoozing. See, this is all the settings I was talking to you about. So it does have motion detection. Night vision on off, IR intensity. I was kind of hoping that I would get a separate control for this, but I'm not seeing it, even though it is on and available. We'll have to see. This might be a mystery I get to follow up in a future show. Again, here's the camera, so I can see that the camera is working. I don't see, unfortunately, that. So, yeah, we'll have to see. Well, no. So a lot of them will have a re-trigger time. So I've enabled the motion detection. I'm going to see if I can restart this camera. Camera to Wi-Fi, camera to sync module looks good. That'll be interesting. Does it have a light sensor? You know, that's a great question, Randy. Randy's keeping us honest here. This is from, again, the Beams company. I've got it connected, and I'm hoping that if it's armed and everything is working, and I'll even put the base on here just to see. So let's see how this is supposed to work. So Blink logo, I'm hoping would go upward. So I'm going to slide this on here. Okay, perfect. So I do have the back mount on this thing. I'll show you guys that real quick. So to unmount it and mount it, I'm pushing in, I'm sliding off, and I'm sliding on. You know what? I did see on the back, the batteries had a cover on them. You know what? They don't have that in the instructions here, do they? No, they don't. Let me show you this because this is something I didn't see in the instructions, and I think it's exactly what's going on. You see this little plastic cover here? That's keeping the batteries from making contact. That is my guess of what's going on. I'm going to remove that. That was nowhere in the instructions that I'm going through here. Remove the battery pull tabs, plug your whatever, twist the back. Oh, so it's not shown visually, but if you walk through the instructions, it is step 3. So that's what I was skipping. Sorry, guys. Again, I do these live unboxings like that. We'll cut that out. And oh, I saw blink. Ha, blink. Is that a joke there? That's funny. So let's try that. And it looks like you can rotate the mount in several different ways. Oh, I just flashed myself. Great. Okay. Maybe I didn't want the lights. Let me go back out here and you guys can see. So definitely found it. Now it's got it. It actually is telling me here that the floodlight has been added to my camera. Yes, I have the control. You know, that's what happens when you skip one step on this stuff. So again, I've got light control. I can turn the lights on. I just hit the light button. Okay, it's on right now. You guys can't see it because you're on a different camera than I am, but I'm going to point it towards you real quick. And you can see that's actually not bad. It's hard to say because, again, you're not seeing the brightness in here in a super bright studio already. But, you know, it is definitely putting out some light. 700 lumens. It's like if you had LED flashlights. It's like somebody's, you know, showing you 2 medium power LED flashlights. I would love to see what this looks like on night vision. So I will definitely be adding that to my channel. So if you guys are followers there, you might be able to see what that looks like. But it's definitely illuminating. Now, I did that manually for you guys, so you guys can see there's a manual on-off, and I believe it's also got a motion-based on-off. I'm going to turn the light off here for a second, and we'll see if it settles down. I have 13 notifications. Oh, I think there's a song in there. Randy says, "Blinded by the light." That is true. Oh, you know what's so funny? I need to rename this because I have no way I'm going to be able to tell my home assistant to do that. Give me 1 second here. It says system is busy. System is busy. It looks like I just got an alert that I can actually run the floodlight with my smart device. It just came up and pointed that out to me on here. So I'm going to go into the settings here. I'm going to rename my camera Studio Flood just so I have something easy to do. Alexa, turn on the studio floodlight. So she said yes. Alexa, turn off the studio floodlight. Now she complied. She said, there she goes. Okay, it took a couple seconds, but that's now controlled. Again, you wouldn't expect anything less from Amazon and Blink. They're a company that's connected to each other now. But Alexa, turn on the studio flood. Alexa, turn on the studio floodlight. Hopefully you guys don't have a studio or a floodlight at your home. See, it's about 2 seconds. There we go. So yeah, pretty cool. I'm actually impressed. Other than the instructions, and for my own benefit here, there's the instructions up close. Step 3 has no picture at all of what you're supposed to do. It's just written in here to twist the back off of the unit and pull the battery tab like in between 2 other steps. Yeah, not great instructions there. So that's one drawback. But if you guys can figure that out and remove the said battery tab that looks just like this, then you guys are going to have a great time setting this thing up. I'm going to do an in-depth review of this and I'll bring it back. But again, what we're looking at right now, let's go take a look at it on Amazon. The floodlight mount, if you already have one of these, is only $39. So you're looking at a $39 add-on. The cameras, I believe, are somewhere around $80, $80 to $100. Normally, that's where the camera kit makes a lot of sense. So $94, you're getting the $40 worth of this, and you're getting a camera for $54 then. So very cool option here. I like the price point on this. Under $100 for something that's battery powered and has the floodlight capability. Alexa, turn off the studio flood. So we'll get that out of the way and I'll come up. Alexa, turn off the studio floodlight. There we go. To make sure to say light. And then she's going to take care of that for us. It does come with some mounting hardware. Let me show you that real quick. So pretty beefy mounting hardware. 3 screws for your outdoor mounting, and then to again take the mount on and off the back. It's pretty easy. So I don't know what this is for exactly, this large catch, but the thing slides on and off super easy, just like that. So really cool product there from Blink. I'm excited to go install this the rest of the way outside. If you guys got any other questions about it, let me know. I'm interested to see how this one works. Yeah, if you've got any of these Blink products, maybe you've got this one already, let me know how yours works, and we'll talk about that some more. I got some unique products here. One that's been running this entire time, which I'm actually kind of excited to see. So I'm going to pull that one up next. We'll go from there. Okay. Let me go back over here, and I'm going to bring up the next product. Alexa, disarm the net guy. Alexa, disarm the net guy. Disarm the security manually. Okay, fine. There we go. Apparently I have to enable the voice disarm. Okay, so now I'm not going to get a million notifications. The next product I've got, I have to tell you, I was really intrigued by these the first time I'd ever seen them. Let me open it up real quick. I'm going to have to do an unboxing for you. I already did an unboxing right before the show started, and I was impressed what's in here already, and I installed it. Let me see in the chat here. Let me see in the chat if anybody can guess where my secret spy cam is, because it's in view. I'm actually seeing it in frame here. I'll maybe move this to give you a little bit more of a guess. But yeah, this is a spy camera. It looks just like a USB charger. Apparently, I've got a bunch of different USB chargers. It'll be fun to compare them. I'm going to pull this up on Amazon as well, so we can go take a look at what it is. It's about $37. And I've had it here for, honestly, about 3 or 4 weeks. And I wanted to show it to you guys earlier. I didn't test it out yet, but we're going to take a look at this and see if it's as good as it is. Now, again, just quick thing to note. It says right on the box, just don't get me in trouble in Washington State. Right there it is. No audio recording. Okay, that's good, because if you're going to use this, maybe you've got some trust issues with kids. Again, has to be in public spaces, I would say. Audio recording in some states is illegal no matter what without two-party consent. So we're going to open this thing up. I'm going to show you what it comes with, and then we're going to show you where it's at in this room. But here's a cable, a double-ended USB cable, so you can, looks like, plug the device in directly that way. This is an Apple cable. So they're giving you a bunch of really cool cables. So this is an Apple charging cable, it looks like, but it looks like it also has your micro USB. So check that out. You're getting a Lightning plus a micro USB. They're not done yet. And these are just the extras that come with it. You're going to get a micro to USB-A adapter so that you can plug the memory card in that you get to be able to view the footage, and comes with a USB-C to USB-A adapter. So let's say your computer's a MacBook. You can pull this out, slide this in. Let me get this apart. And now you can read the microSDs right off of USB-C. So they've included pretty much every adapter I could want. Now, nice little customer service message here, again, from this company, Divine Eagle, that makes this. Now, there is the Divine Eagle user manual. It's got English, bunch of information, QR code. Let's take a look real close if you guys can see it, just how this thing is constructed. So it looks just like an Apple charger. If they could make it in white, it would be even probably better to fool people. But it has, still in this kit, as I come down here, 10 of these stickers. And now these stickers are what totally is awesome. Power adapter, model, blah, 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 blah. Well, why would you need this? Well, the easiest thing for somebody to do, if they're curious, it's right over here, by the way. It's been plugged in the whole time. This is the just outside cover that was on it. This is the entire thing right here. In the back side is where the memory card and the continuous or motion tracking go. They give you 10 of these because if you need to reopen this, you can put this sticker over this and nobody would be the wiser. I, looking at this, would think that was just maybe a status light because it's got a little tiny dot for a status light. I would think that was maybe a status light that was burnt out. So that's going to be kind of crazy. It stores its data to MicroSD card, which I'm kind of excited about. There is no Wi-Fi access to it. There's no Bluetooth accessibility to it. So it is completely an offline camera, but you can plug that right into your PC and take a look at it. Now, I had it on continuous mode, so I'm kind of excited to see what the footage is on this SD card. And we're going to try to use their adapter with my PC, and we're going to take a look at that real quick. Again, from Divine Eagle. Now, give me 1 second because I have to load up a couple things on my computer. But what I'm doing is I'm taking that SD card and I'm going to load it right to the side of my computer using their adapter. I'm hoping to see a pop-up of what do you want to do with this drive. We'll see. Okay, so it does have a file system on that drive. Give me 1 second to get to that USB drive. Now, I just plugged this thing in and it was a brand new one. It's saving to AVI format here. Give me 1 second and I will try to share my screen without getting a Hall of Mirrors effect going. So hopefully you guys can see this. So this is actually the, I don't know. Yeah, it's not letting me change it. This is the actual files themselves that we're seeing that it was stored. Now, in just a few hours, it created a lot of video. The time and date are completely wrong on it. It doesn't have that set, it looks like. But it was continuously recording. I'm going to try to find one that's more recent, and then I'm going to bring it up. Reuse VLC. I'm going to have to pause it and reshare. Oh my goodness. This is actually pretty cool. Okay, I'm going to change my share over so that you guys can see this. We're going to share. I'm going to bring up the VLC player window. There's no audio with it. It's got a little bit of a green tint. I'm going to get it playing here and get myself out of the way. So that's my VLC player. This is the date and time. So it's 1:00. So the time's not set on it. I have to look in how to do that. Again, this was me doing the show off to the side. Yes, that's COVID weight gain, by the way. I'm glad it's a front shot normally, but this was the only outlet that I had was at the right level. So we're looking at the live footage. This was actually just a little bit earlier when we were testing the floodlight camera. There's no audio with it, but this is from the USB spy camera in this USB charger. That's really decent footage. Apparently you can see I have a lot of arm hair in this footage. You can read the text, on some of these things. I just made it go full screen there. So you can read the text on some of those boxes that I have back there. I'm impressed. Now, what is the bit rate on this? I don't know exactly. I'd have to go do a little bit more work to find out. Let me go take a look real quick. Looks like it's 650 megabytes for every 5 minutes of video. So that's 20 something megabit, I think. So I think it's a couple megabytes a second. So yeah, about, let's call it two and a little megabytes a second of video. So if you got a 32 gig, you can figure it out. I think I use 6 gigs in a little over an hour. Again, I'll pull that video back up. So that was the continuous record mode. So if you're not looking for motion, now if you just have it in an area where you need motion captured video, again, surveillance through obscurity here. Let me show you on the side camera how diminutively small this thing is. This, if you had it in a box, looks like every one of the other chargers that I have. Now, somebody could see the back and go, oh my gosh, that's got an SD and a reset and an LM. So M is going to be your motion toggle and L is going to be right there. So L is going to be your looped video and M is going to be your motion-based video. So really, really slick already. Let me show you what they were talking about with this power adapter model sticker. So they include these stickers with the kit. I'm going to try to get it to focus on the stickers. There we go. You got 10 of these. Or did I miscount? No, 10, because I've got one. Looks like 9 because I've taken one off here. And you can take that, and once you put your memory card back in, and I'm not going to do that yet, but you can take that and cover that up, and now nobody is the wiser. Okay, so I'm really interested in this one. I think I could go put this somewhere and probably be recording and nobody be the wiser. Now, another trick about this, and I have to point this out, is it is an actual charger. So if you're putting this somewhere and somebody goes, oh, this thing sucks, it doesn't work, and they toss it out, you're done, right? Well, this thing, if I plug it in again, it's not going to be able to record because I don't have a recording in there. I'm going to plug it in. Now there is a little tiny light that you can see in the inside of it. And I'm going to plug my iPhone straight into it. So this is the show's iPhone here. And I'm going to see, I'll bring the share up here for you guys. Hopefully it will come up. There it was. It was just a little delayed. So there's the show iPhone. We're looking in the upper right corner, and I'm going to plug it in. iPhones are notoriously picky for their power, and there it is. It's charging. So yeah, let's see if this thing will actually work. Go down to battery, see what the current state is. Yeah, we're charging right now. Oh, apparently I need to service my battery. So 39%, and we've got the charge indicator. So not only is this a security camera, but it's an active charger. So it's actually charging. You can see I don't charge the show iPhone as much as I should. But yeah, it's charging right now and keeping the show iPhone going. So that is from Divine Eagle. I'm really excited. Let me know if you guys have any other questions about this thing. But yeah, Pinky Tech says looks good for how small it is. I was going to say something else, but I will not, in the interest of keeping this PG on all the services. But yes, I'm sure you hear that a lot. So, yeah, that was a really interesting thing. I'm going to go back to the footage here because I can share that for you. We'll share it back up. Look at that. So that was me putting the box back together. And I don't have this thing full screen. Honestly, it's just like quarter screen. So there it is. And that was me switching gears to the other product. I'm really liking it. And you can see the quality here. Now I would like to set the time and date, and so I'll have to do some other things like that. Just taking a quick look. We advise you to use a USB to USB cable to view recorded video. Oh, that's another cool idea. I never heard of that. Okay. Another trick here, guys. So instead of doing what I did and pulling the memory card out, that's what your double-ended USB cable is for. These guys have thought about it all. You take your computer and you plug the USB-A side into your computer and you plug it into the unit. Now, I don't think it has to be plugged in. I'm guessing it gets power. And you can just literally read from the thing and read it just like a memory card reader. So they've included a ton of connectivity options here, but the ability to hook your laptop directly to the unit is going to save you some power. So, and a bunch of these stickers, but I love that idea. Let me know what you think. Is this cheating? Do you think people are going to use this for bad purposes? You could definitely spy on people with something like this. Like I said, I'm not encouraging or condoning that. I'm just saying that if you had questions, this might be the product to use. I do like, again, all of the included accessories. The fact is you're getting a USB-C end on this. You're getting a lightning connector end, and you're getting a micro. So pretty cool. Jonathan's right. He says, maybe you can do a show on iPhone battery replacement. I've done a ton of those. I could show you the graveyard. I bet if they would be white, you'd be able to see the camera. Great point there coming from Pinky Tech. Saying here, if they made it in white, you could see the camera. So absolutely. Let's go take a quick look back at the show page here for this. Just want to double check. You know what? Every time I speak, I really should just check first the Amazon page, because take a look at this. They actually already have a white version of this. So this is $37.99 right now. I'm going to take a look at the Amazon chat and see if anybody's on here. I don't want to put you on the spot here. Pretty slick, having a charging function. Yeah, that's interesting, Amazon customer. Again, if you're on Amazon right now, and it looks like you can get 7% off if you apply a coupon. I'm showing $35.20 on this right now. But let's go ahead and hit the white one. Oh, the white one's pretty good. I don't know, Pinky. It looks like they've got it pretty well looking like a status indicator. It's kind of almost a frosted white there. I'm impressed. So you can buy it with a microSD if you don't want to mess around. I'm going to give you a hint on where to get microSDs for cheap. If you bought a bunch of these IP cameras, you can get 2 of them for $67 plus an extra 7% off. And I have no idea what a twin is, but maybe that's the 2-pack here. So pretty cool. Oh, twin is the 2-pack plus 2 32 gig micro SDs and all the other cool stuff. So really slick, and the other thing is, for people that don't like having their video stored off device, maybe this is something very personal to you. I like the idea that it stores locally to microSD. Now, again, you're plugging it into your computer into a USB port, so yeah, exactly. But you have to deal with that. I do like the fact that you can just plug it right in. You don't have to take all those stickers and stuff off. I'll replace the sticker on it, but I'm going to use this thing more and more, and it's continuing to charge my phone here. So really excited about the fact that it works as a backup charger as well as a secret camera. So I'm going to bring one more time. I'm going to bring it up on the side camera. So again, there's the whole unit. You would be hard pressed to know that that was anything but a charging brick right there. I have a perfect spot for this. In the back of my car, I have an inverter outlet and I don't have a USB in the back. For some reason, they thought an inverter would be great. I could plug this into the inverter outlet, have a charging port there, and keep an eye on the kids to make sure they're not doing anything bad. This was the other device that it came with. This is a USB-A to Lightning connector. And if I pull this down, this is just an adapter on top of a micro USB. So you've got both your micro USB for your Android standard and you have your Lightning, which I hope someday they get to USB-C, but you've got your cable that's for iPhone as well. So tons of cables in this thing that it comes with. You do come with a micro SD reader and adapter. I'm actually going to pull that little reader out because I need to keep that. But very excited about this. Thinking of getting one to put in the kitchen, somebody says. That would be good. You got kids that are raiding the pantry. I had another show father, I should say, that I was over there helping him out, and his pantry has a code on it. I'm like, oh, super smart dad move. I'm always chasing our kids out of the kitchen when they go up there to sneak food out wherever. I promise we do feed them. But yeah, it was pretty slick. So yeah, another interesting, cool product here. I will do a little bit more on this one. It is very unique. I'll give it that. Maybe not the cheapest thing at 37, but I haven't found anything cheaper that does what it does. Available on Amazon right now. It is highlighted on the carousel. Pretty slick. I see you got a bunch of you in Amazon. If you guys, this is your first time here, I'm John the Net Guy. I am doing PC build, tech tips, gear reviews, and product reviews on Amazon Live, YouTube, Twitch, Facebook, and Twitter, and anybody else that'll have me. I'm pretty much on all the services. If you are watching, take a look at my Amazon shop. I've got a ton of cool stuff, some idea lists, and 33 shows in the books already. Let me talk to you real quick about the next product I'm going to show you, which is actually from the company called Gigastone. Now, almost all of the cameras that I'm going to show you guys tonight have a micro SD slot. What's micro SD? It is taking over the world. This is these little itty bitty tiny, very small, like, again, fleck, like a fingernail. I think actually, yeah, pretty much the size of my thumbnail memory cards, right? So this is from Gigastone. Now it actually comes in a 10 pack. This, I happen to have the 16 gig here. Comes with 2 adapters, 10 of these cards. Well, where are the rest of them, John? I have them in use. They're actually in different cameras right now around the property. I couldn't help it. I actually ordered the 32 and I've already misplaced them. But the cool thing about it is they work universally in almost any camera or other device. The Gigastone 16s are U1 rated. So what's U1 rating? It's a minimum UHS one. It's a minimum rating for SD cards, micro SD cards, of how fast they read, I believe. Now, I don't know if the write speed is rated in that, but a U1 is pretty good for full HD. You're going to have no problems with that usually. If I'm doing any sort of camera work, like 4K camera work or industrial stuff, I'll use a U3. But for most all of your IP cameras and the bit rates that you're going to do in that, this is more than plenty. What I love about this, let's go pull this up on Amazon, because, if you bought the camera, they're going to charge you $2-3 a month for their cloud service. If your Wi-Fi goes down, it's not going to work. There's lots of negatives potentially to using an IP camera with a cloud service. Now, even if you do use one of those cloud services, you can protect yourself very, very easily. This is basically insurance, right? By buying one of these Gigastone, and man, it looks like the prices went up from yesterday already. Yeah, they were a little bit cheaper when I put them in the carousel. Let me put that out there. Give me 1 second. I'm pulling them up here on Amazon. This is the 32 gig version. This is the largest that is supported by most cameras. Now, Gigastone makes bigger ones. Would I trust this for a photo shoot, for something where I traveled somewhere, maybe I'm doing a wedding or something, even if I've got dual slots? Again, this is my Panasonic GH5 camera. It's got dual memory slots because it knows that memory cards can break. So it has 2 slots and it records simultaneously to both of them. And I put 2 high quality cards in. It might be good as a backup card in that, but again, this is perfect. The use case on these is perfect for all of these cameras. Now, I said that these were pennies on the show title. I actually said that these were cheap megabytes, or in this case, gigabytes, right? So if we take my calculator app out, and I'm just putting it in at $44, this is not even on sale, $44.98 divided by the 320 gigs that you're getting here, that's about 12 cents a gig, I believe, if I did my math right. Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's about 12 cents per gigabyte. So, each one of these cards, let's divide that out. So $4.50 for each one of these little cards. So about the price of 2 months of cloud service, you can actually be running these things. Now, in this case, the U1 says 90 megabytes a second. Now, again, be real careful because I think that's actually the U1 standard is going to be on the read speed, not necessarily the continuous write speed, but that's important. So this is my favorite. Now, they come with a couple extra micro adapters, which I want to talk about real quick. So this is the micro to standard SD slot. So if you're lucky enough to have a standard SD card slot on your computer or device, or even if you're going to use it with a camera or drone that takes a full size, you can do that. Now they have a bunch of different sizes available, different capacities. In this case, they go 8 gig, looks like 16 gig, and then the 32. Now 16 is down to 85 megabytes a second, but like I said, this other like security camera we were just looking at is only 2 megabytes a second in the write speed. So you're not really going to be flooding it with data as much. So I've never had one of these go bad. Again, I've used a ton of these before, and they're one of my favorite cheap micro SDs. I would recommend having them in both everything that's out there. Jonathan's coming in. He goes, Pinky Tech, I might get one because my youngest sister always steals my chocolate bars. Funny story there. My daughter has a safe in her room, not because she doesn't feel safe, but because her and her sister always go off of, she misplaces things and blames her sister and all that stuff. This secret camera would actually solve a lot of that. So from Gigastone, this is the 16 gigabyte version. I'm going to switch over real quickly. They have many, many different versions of this as well. Just so you guys know, you can get a 5-pack. Maybe you don't need all 10 cards. Maybe you buy a 10-pack and you give 5 of them away to your friends. But most of the products that you see here and most of the ones coming up do have micro SDs. This is my favorite version for that. And they do come with the SD card adapter, which does work pretty well. And again, you can use it in any size device you need. So I'm going to move right along because we've got 2 more products to show real quick. And we're going to get going on that. Let me go back here. Now, if you're just joining and you're wondering, hey, how do I find all these great deals? What about other stuff John's reviewed? Where are the specials? Take a look at my Amazon shop. The URL's down there. If you're watching on YouTube or any of those services that actually have a description, links to all the products are in the description that go to my shop as well. So really happy if you could use those. It provides me a small commission, FTC disclosure, I'm required to say. But I tell you about that anyway, because my wife really wants to buy new paint for the bathroom again, and it was really expensive. That said, next product up, I gotta save the best for very last. Here is actually coming again from Blue Rams. This is a very, very affordable spotlight camera. So it is outdoor rated. I'm going to bring it up right now. And again, it looks like you can save $8 on this if you had Prime. Now, I don't browse with Prime. I want you to see the non-Prime. So it looks like they've dropped the price even further if you have Prime. This is an outdoor spotlight camera. So 3 megapixel capability, IP66 rated, bright spotlights on it, and 2-way audio capability. What more could you ask for? That's basically the checklist. There's a little bit of an influencer video. That's Life Hackser. He's a really great guy. I'm not going to play his video because I don't want a copyright strike. But that's his Amazon page video for this one here. And you can again see what its goal is. It does have built-in motion detection. inside the camera. So you don't need to have your phone up to have it do motion detection, smart lighting, things like that. It'll turn on when it sees somebody walking up, which is great. Again, with all of these products from Blue Rams, really happy with them. They've included the ability to mount it on the back with that standard mount. In this case, this is one of their outdoor products that does include the MicroSD. Sorry, I'm struggling to get the cover off. There we go. That a tight cover is good in this case. I'm going to show you guys here real quick on the top down where that goes. So if you have this device right here, if you open the bottom, there's the little MicroSD slot, and there's a reset button, and you can do that. Now, this one is unlike their other products that are all in home or all USB, micro USB. This one actually uses a little bit different standard. It's going to use a barrel DC jack. So it's going to look, unfortunately, I don't have the original one, but it's going to look something like this. And it's going to plug in down here. Now, if you're not a person that likes to have wireless and you don't want it to be sending data around, it does actually come with this end. And what you can do is you can get a waterproof network cable, outdoor rated, run it through here, and you can crimp it down in there, and that's a waterproof housing and a waterproof connection. So now you've made yourself a nice waterproof connection. Now you can see, I've got a little maybe green light. Maybe you can see it on the side camera here. There's a little tiny green light. There it is at the bottom. Again, all white products. So I mounted this on the corner on the side of my house, and it actually worked out fantastic. So I'm going to bring this up here. Ta-da! This is my camera and universal mounting system. So I usually pull this thing out when we need to test something and or install smart home devices. And try to do this without getting myself electrocuted, which actually I don't need power for this one. I'm going to show you guys quickly how this thing mounts, just because I want you to see it. So if this was the side of your house, again, like all of the other Blue Rams products I've shown you today, really slick here. You've got that adjustable mount. You can adjust the angle on this one. There's several different types of screws. You're going to have screws with your concrete anchors. If you have a concrete house, pre-drill, put the concrete anchor in. I've got drywall, so I'm not going to. So now very simply, you're just going to take and screw it into, I'm going to try the drywall here and see if I can get it to attach. It's not going to attach into one of those, so let me see what I can get. Let me know if you have a use case that you can see to have a nice outdoor spotlight somewhere in your house. You know what's funny? Is I actually have kind of a cool tool. I'll see if it's still available. I just charged it back up, and this might actually help me. This is my this side camera. This is my powered electric screwdriver. It's not as big or fancy as others. My goodness, I can't believe it, Pinky. I'm going to get in so much trouble. Not super big or fancy, but you know what? It's going to do this. That's a little high torque jobby. So yeah, I'm literally installing that. Did I hit a stud? Apparently. So installing that screw there, and I'm actually going to do it a little bit lower and over so I don't hit that stud. Because that's pretty slick that this will actually install this way. Give me 1 second. I got to get this thing started here in the drywall, and then we're going to get it going. But yeah, so you can install this very easily on an outdoor wall with the included screws, whether it's masonry, hopefully wood. Wood is a lot easier to install these things on. This thing's almost done. Okay, that's in. That's not going anywhere. And I'm going to install this. John, what watch or fitness tracker are you wearing? Hey, you know what? Great point. I actually did a show about it earlier. This is the Amazfit. No relation to Amazon. I found that out later. I was looking around for one, and this is the Amazfit Band 5. I love this thing, and be honest, it's one of my best sellers right now on my Amazon store because it's $35. Amazon Fit 5. There you go. So there is this. I had to unplug, so I'm going to plug it back in. There's the Blue Rams. This is the Outdoor Light 4. Just going to take it back out to the main so you can see this. The Outdoor Light 4, it is a spotlight camera. Now I'm going to bring up the app so you guys can see it as well. And I'm going to pull this up on Amazon so we get those clicks. If you're just joining for the first time on Amazon, do me a quick favor. Hit that follow button down at the bottom, because you know what? Without followers, I can't do this. It's saying right now on my carousel that it's $31.99 with Prime, which is a great price. Again, I'm going for these things that are unique and cheap, or cheap. This is both of them. Very unique to get a spotlight camera with built-in high intensity spotlights and to have it be at this price point. So I'm going to go ahead and pull up the Blue Rams app again. We're going to get this loaded up on the side camera. And let's see. So that's the one behind me looking at my butt. There's the Spotlight Outdoor. I'm going to bring this one up here so you guys can see it. And I can do the alarm, which will come through very noisily for you guys. So there's the view. If I was taking a look, that's just looking outside. I can tilt it a little bit to look at my other cameras and myself. So pretty decent picture quality, and actually outdoor, I can show you some samples here in a little bit. It has really decent quality as well. What you'd expect from Blue Rams. The other cool thing, I can finally show you this because I have a few devices open. So I've got one that's battery powered. I have to activate it. I have a camera behind me that's being covered up by something. There we go. I have a camera behind me. I have a camera to the right of me, and I have a camera off to the other side. And you can see, I can see all of them at once. Now, normally that's rotated, so you'd actually see it the correct orientation on your phone, but it doesn't do that when I'm plugged in. So that, again, is from Blue Rams. There's the spotlight. We're going to hit the alarm button so you guys can see what this thing does. I'm going to go to the camera that will actually get the picture. It's going to be noisy. So there you go. So that was the alarm. This is quite loud, and it's got those lights there as well. And those lights come on when it sees motion, which is great. Again, helps increase the visibility that this thing has. There are no batteries in this one. So unlike the 2K battery that I showed you earlier in the show, this one doesn't require that, but it does have the SD card slot. So you get that continuous recording, which is awesome. So again, this is from Blue Rams. This is their outdoor spotlight camera. If you look at your Amazon carousel right now, $31.99. So $32 for something that's IP66 rated, which again, very unique to see in this market. So it is cheaper than a Wise Cam, if you look at it that way. Cheaper than a Wise Cam, IP66 rating, and spotlights, and a siren, and two-way audio. I don't know what else you could expect for that. I'm handing out deals here. So that's this one. I've got one last one that I'm going to pull up for you, and that is the pan tilt zoom. Now I'm going to have to show you the pan tilt zoom, some of the videos that I've created with this thing, but I was super impressed with it. I'm going to give you a quick top down unboxing for this one so you can see it. We'll go over there. I'll make sure I have the right product. I am incredibly impressed that they were able to come up with a pan tilt and zoom, an official PTZ camera at the $50 price point. You almost never see this. And when I say pan tilt zoom, I mean actual Z zoom, not digital zoom. It has digital zoom, but it actually has two lenses built into the camera here, two different cameras that it switches between to give you that telephoto and the close-up, and then do the digital. So I'm going to qualify that as zoom. So we open it up real quick here. It's going to have some information about the installations. This one also has a networking port that you can use, but it is Wi-Fi enabled. So it's telling you to make sure that you have that covered up. So this is their Outdoor Light 3. This is the instruction manual for it. Now I've already set this up on my account. It's ready to go, but it's pretty simple. Just like all the other Blue Rams, you go through the process. It's got all of the instructions that you could need there, and the app will walk you through the process. Super duper simple here. Again, not a lot of complexity. This is a PTZ camera with Wi-Fi antennas. Now, is it super sturdy? Like, could you refund these antennas? No. You know, again, you want to be gentle with a lot of this stuff, but is it going to be functional? Absolutely. And it looks super official because it's got, you know, those really nice Wi-Fi antennas here. Now you could, like, again, we said we could go with the other style here, just like the Rio Links and some of the other more expensive units. It has a reset button, so you can reset the programming Wi-Fi features of it. It has the Wi-Fi connector here, and it does have a waterproof connection if you want to use that. And then it plugs in. I'm going to use the same outlet that I used on the other one, but this is the included cord. Again, white to match, and it has some pretty good distance on it. And I haven't even opened it up, but here is that waterproof that we were talking about, the other side of the connector here. If you want to do an Ethernet installation, this is the wrap that they have you wrap finally around based on these instructions, just to make sure that the power is waterproof as well. So you got all of that. So that is the Outdoor Light 3. The cool thing, again, a pan tilt zoom camera, which you never see at this price point, for $50. So we're going to go ahead and install this thing real fast, and I'll let you guys see how I do that. Hopefully I'll get away with installing with one screw this time. So we'll see. I'm going to just put one screw in the corner. It is a little bit heavier than most, and I'm going to take one of these out. I am using the Fantic screwdriver. Now, speaking of Fantic, I was frantic that I couldn't find this thing for like days. I was looking all over all that, and I said, I know I put it back where it goes. It usually goes right in this cabinet. Again, this is a working shop. I've got all my Wise stickers. I've got a bunch of tools in here that I use, and I just could not find this thing to save my life, just like I did with that screw. So I couldn't find it, and today, after I had flipped the whole office over, did everything, it was sitting inside the tool holder, and I'm like, you got to be kidding. I was looking all over for that, and it was in the tool holder the whole time. So just my luck. I'm going to go ahead and install it here. Hopefully I can get it installed in this one. Okay, now that's enough. Again, I would put all 4 screws in if this was a permanent installation. That's enough for demo work, and we're going to go ahead and plug it in, and I'm going to switch over so you guys can kind of see what it's doing right now. Red and blue LEDs back and forth. Looked like a little cop car. Super bright. Look at that. Super bright spotlights built in this. So again, $50 price point. It's PTZ again. Look at that. You can see the light as it moved around. Now it's going to run around and figure out the full range of motion that it has. So that's how it detects when you're panning and tilting how far it can go, is when it starts up, it's going to do this range check. I can hear the IR filters clicking in on it. So it does have night vision as well. Just want to give you that. Taking a look in the chat here. Oh, Jonathan's got a ton of stuff to go on right now. He's got a lot of school, it looks like. And I know it's late over there, Jonathan. Thank you so much, Jonathan Talks Hardware, who's been hanging out with us watching this week. I'm going to keep the unmute and follow going around. We're taking a look right now at the Blue Rams Outdoor Light 3. This is a pan, tilt, and zoom IP wireless camera. And it's going to, you're going to be amazed at it. Tons and tons of features. So I'm going to go into the PTZ studio here. So this is the view of it right now. So that's live. So you can see, I just switched cameras. I switched over there. It's looking at my camera system on the other side of the room. I wish I could, I can't picture in a picture of that camera. Maybe I can slide this over so you can, there you go. You can see it. Now you can see it looking at me. So that's what we're looking at right now, is this camera from Blue Rams. I'm going to hit the pan tilt and I'm going to go left. And then you're going to see that the picture on it changes, and now it's looking right at me. Now that looks an awful close picture here. Maybe I've got it on the other one. I do have 2 different options. I have full HD or standard SD. So again, not incredibly high definition on this. I think it's 3 megapixel, but let's take a look. I'm going to hit the 4 megapixel lens. Now look what the video is doing there. You notice how it's come in, and I can even do a little bit more if I want to do a digital zoom. Now I just did a digital zoom. That's why it's looking a little bit less clear than it normally does. So there, I've zoomed back out, but look at how clear that is on my beard. Again, that's what I look for in these cameras. And this thing could be mounted high up on a pole. It can be mounted on the eave of your house. Now that is the 8 millimeter lens that it has. When I hit this button, it's going to go back, or should go back out one more setting. We'll see. And I'll do, so it's back to the 4 millimeter now. If I hit the 8, you're going to see it climb in here now. So that's it switching, and then, switching out quickly to the other camera. There's actually 2 cameras in here. And that's why I give them credit. When most people say that they have a pan tilt zoom, they're lying to you. The zoom is only digital. This is an actual optical zoom that you're seeing right now. 1080p resolution. You can see my headset that I'm wearing. Works really, really well. Does have a micro SD slot, if I remember right. Let me go take and pan and tilt, and I'll take a look at the back. Two-way audio capability. Yep. So it's going to have that again. Water resistance rating, which is another cool, awesome thing here. And I don't know if this one is going to let me. It's going to let me alarm, but I don't know if it lets me turn on. I can do the alarm, but I don't know if it lets me turn on the floodlights without it. So I'm going to go ahead and hit the alarm. That cannot be super annoying, but let me turn it around to you guys so you get to see what's going on. So, you can use the pan option inside the software, like I'm going over to that, or you can actually pan right from this screen. So if you want to go a little bit left or right, you just pan left or right, and you can see I'm just tracing with my finger here, and it will pan across. You can also use the joystick control that they have there. So there you go. Pretty slick little device. If you guys didn't see this on Prime Day, it's one of my favorite devices. $50 for an official pan tilt zoom. I'm going to give you one more look at the alarm and the noise that it makes. Red and blue LEDs. It does not have the spotlights on that one, and I wish there was a way to turn those on. I don't know exactly how to turn those on directly from it. I'm just going to go look real quick. Just looking through the app here again. My Blue Rams Guard program is expired. My Family Care Plus is not activated. My Family Care Plus, this is a very unique feature to Blue Rams. It allows you to say, if I don't see some activity in a certain period, let me know. So you can, again, do that kind of stuff that detects to see if there's been motion in an area, which is kind of the opposite, but I'm really happy about that. Another feature of this one, which is very unique, again, is motion tracking. Now it's tracking over there. I'm going to have to give it something pretty to look at. Here we go. So we're going to go all the way around. It sees me. I'm going to start to move a little bit. And do you see what it's doing? It's actually tracking my face as I walk around. $50. You don't ever see this motion tracking capability in a $50 price range. Now, again, I should make it full screen so you can see what it's doing. But again, I enabled motion tracking. So maybe you got that pesky kid that runs across your yard, or maybe you need just an enormous field of view. Again, I'm still on the 8mm lens there. Let me go back out. So yeah, maybe you need an enormous field of view. So you can go ahead and say, I want it to do motion tracking, and it'll follow that. So very excited about these products. As you can tell, Blue Rams has made a really, really good entry into the budget IP camera space. Got really good reviews and ratings so far, and they've worked really, really well for me. So let me know what you think about that. I'm taking a quick look at the chat, make sure I didn't miss anything, and I'm going to make sure that I did not miss any other products that are in our carousel tonight. But this was from Blue Rams, their $50.39 IP camera with pan, tilt, zoom feature and outdoor rating. Can't do better than that. Again, 3 megapixels, what they're saying is the resolution. I'd believe that. Again, looks pretty crisp and clear when I've used it. Grass colors maybe a little bit off. I've seen a few of that, but that has been the show for tonight, folks. I really do appreciate you guys joining with me here. Taking a look at these really cool products from Blue Rams, taking a look at the very unique products we've shown tonight. I showed you a spy camera that looks like, and actually, hey, you know what? I can flip this around and show it to you on this one. I showed you a spy camera that plugs right in to a standard wall outlet. That's how scary that thing is. That little tiny thing is actually a IP camera there, or a hidden camera right there, and you wouldn't know the difference. You wouldn't be the wiser. It has a micro SD slot, and you can get the micro SD card. Any of the ones that I showed you the full collection of Blue Rams products here, from their outdoor spotlight, which again, IP66 rated. Showed you another one of Blue Rams, their PTZ. I'm going to grab a couple more. This is their 2K outdoor with solar panel for $79. Again, can't touch that anywhere close. I think the cameras from other vendors are $79, so that's a fantastic value. We just took a look at this, and I'm surprised it's not turning on because I have it off. But this is from Blink. This is their outdoor battery-powered floodlight, 700 lumens, adjustable angle here, floodlight from Blink, and it works with their outdoor camera. Now you can buy it with or without the camera. That comes off right there. Another great product to have, especially if you're in a place that only has battery capability. So very unique product as well. And a pan tilt, not a zoom, just a pan and tilt right up here. That's from Blue Rams. That's the one that they've got over 15,000 reviews on that one for $25. One of the best values I've ever seen for a pan and tilt baby camera, standard IP camera. You could basically make a security system out of it. And Jonathan says, glad to be here, John. Well, from one Jonathan to another, thank you as well for showing up. Hopefully, if you guys haven't already, take a quick time to follow me on Amazon. You know, that does a lot for me. If you're watching on Amazon right now, you can see it down there. There's a follow button somewhere. If you hit that, you'll be notified each and every time I go live. I have one last thing to show you guys before I wrap up, and it's the product coming out next week. I'm actually kind of nervous about this one. I've got a really cool video I'm working on that we're going to premiere, and I've got the biggest giveaway I've ever done on the channel, which is going to be exciting. I know everybody seems to like free products, so a lot of you guys have been winning this year. I've been doing my best to work with brands to be able to give you something instead of just collecting stuff myself here. I can hopefully give you guys more. And I'm going to pull this down. Here we go. And not break anything. This next product is from the GoTrax company, and this is what we are giving away. This is actually the giveaway unit right here. I'm going to be shipping this guy out to you. This one has just been assembled. Oh my gosh, I totally hit my camera up there. That's awesome. This is how big this thing is. Let me see if I can bring this down without crushing anything else. I knocked down my top-down camera. This thing's so big. So this is from GoTrax, and this is the GoTrax XR scooter in this case. It is a commuter scooter. Now you can see how big this thing is. I'm going to have to switch lenses around on the cameras to be able to show you the full size of this. But this does something really cool that not a lot of other scooters do in this, which is it's ready to go on the bus. It is 25 pounds. You just roll it around, set it in the seat next to you. Notice how thin this is. This does not have your grandma's lead acid car battery in it. This is Tesla batteries, if you think about it. This is the lithium ion batteries that you get in your laptop. And this thing has a range. If this is I think there's the GXLV2 that has a 12-mile range. The XR has a 17-mile range. And the G4 I have out there has get a 25-mile range. So again, that's more than my own electric car, the 25-mile range. Super easy when you get to where you're going. You unclip the back here. You slide this up without hitting your overhead camera. If you're me, again, I'm going to have to do some adjustment here. Maybe I can come back a little bit. And that is the unit right there. Top speed on these ones is 15.5 miles per hour. The other one goes up to 20 miles an hour. Now, 20 miles an hour on an 8.5-inch wheel? No, that one has 10-inch wheels, so they've upgraded the wheels. But very excited to show you this. Some lucky person is going to win this, and it's going to get shipped for you. Pinky Tech brings up a great idea. Good for commuting across campus. Yes, it is. And another cool thing about this, with that extended range of 25 miles, up to 25 miles, so anywhere from 12 to 25, depending on the model that you get, it recharges in 5 hours. So all of the models here recharge in 5 hours. It's not some lead acid battery where you got to charge it for a day and a half and go 3 miles. This is going to have a really, really cool distance and range. I'm very excited about that. I also teamed up with a really cool YouTuber to show you, and I'm going to show you all of the cool sites around Seattle. You're going to love it. It's going to be a great show. I don't know if it's going to be Saturday or Tuesday. So if you're following on Amazon, you're following on those other services, keep an ear out, because I'm going to do that big exclusive live stream. There will be a couple more chances to enter the drawing for this. This is not going to be a one-night giveaway, but we're going to keep this thing going, and we are going to make somebody's life really, really happy. So again, big tease here. This is what's coming up. I'm very excited to show this to you, give you some really cool tips about it, some things that I liked, tell you some things that if you're shopping or in the market for one of these, why you want one of these and not one of those other toys. This is definitely not a toy. Through and through. Very excited about that. I'm going to take one quick last look at the chat. Thank you guys so much for joining. This has been John the Net Guy signing off for Tech on Tuesday, number 33, which was I got to figure out how I'm going to do this, because if I do the live stream here or here, but I got this GoTrax and it is so big in here. Again, not a toy. This is not like a desktop toy scooter, but this has been a budget and unique IP cameras, and hopefully I've delivered on my promise. Thank you guys for watching, and I will catch you guys in the next one.